Okay, what's up guys? Paul here with another YouTube reaction vlog. So, if you're enjoying the commentary pieces of late, and don't worry, there's going to be a lot more outdoor, street, gym, travel vlogs coming very soon. For the moment, I'm focusing on the numbers and boosting the channel with commentary and reaction videos, which I also enjoy doing. You know, the first thing I ever started doing on YouTube was football commentary, and you know, I could talk till the cows come home, could talk for Ireland, gifted a gab and all that, so it's fun for me to express myself this way too on camera. So yo, if you're enjoying the videos, please drop us the likes, comments and subscribes, yeah? So, I'm going to do another McGregor video here. Why, you may ask, straight after doing the training footage video yesterday. Well, that's because ESPN and Ariel Helwani, the dawn of MMA journalism, just released a little short teaser of their McGregor interview today to their YouTube channel and Twitter and all that. They're going to release the full video on Monday, and while I was going to wait until the full video is out, I actually feel like there's enough interesting stuff in this short segment on which to do a vlog, and it's not really too much about what he said, except for one thing, but the way in which he said it, yeah? So, firstly, the interesting thing he said was that he currently only weighs 160 pounds. Yeah, that's 10 pounds below the welterweight weigh-in. Mad thing. I said it yesterday, everyone's saying like he's so jacked, looking like a middleweight. No, I said it that the tattoos and his lean, long-limbed physique make him look heavier than he is. I mean, I myself am actually currently 170. I've been hashtag winter bulking. That's mad to me that he's only 160 going into a welterweight fight. So, I mean, that actually significantly changed the way I look at the fight, because Cerrone's going to be a good 180, 185 in there. Well, let's say 180, yeah, because he's not the biggest welterweight. And to think McGregor's may not even weigh in to the welterweight weight, that's quite a surprise, yeah? So, I'll park that to one side for the moment. That is an interesting revelation, more of which maybe on Monday in the full interview analysis I'll do. So, like I said, it was about the way in which he said it, and that's because as I sat there watching this, 3-minute clip, man, my eyebrow was going off wilder than Carlo Ancelotti. My eyebrows were being raised by, and this sort of saddens me and pains me to say, I'm not saying this with any relish, but he looked very anxious and edgy again, just like I'd said he had in the Helwani interview when he came up to confess to punching the elephant in the pub, and when he was just looking like a bit of a mess really, and when he admitted that he'd gone a bit off the rails with alcohol. He touched on that, and you could see the signs of that, the blinking and just the shuffling and all that. And I did actually see a lot of that in last week's interview with the Mac Life guy, the British fella, when he was a bit starting and not finishing sentences, but I didn't attach too much importance to that, given that he just finished training, he was buzzing like a mad thing, and I'm the same. Most people are saying, after I play football, I'm rapping, I'm messing, I'm laughing, I'm taking the piss, and just speaking in half sentences a lot of the time. But yo, this is Conor McGregor. This is a man who was hailed as this excellent, inspirational orator to the world over, and to me. I've never really said this before, but I think a lot of people would know that if I do a lot of impressions of McGregor, and if I've vlogged on him and covered him a lot, it's because he remains to some degree an inspirational figure to me. When I first saw him speak in the Shinobi vlogs, you know that Irish dude who has a camp in Portugal, I was honestly just immediately fixated by him and taken aback by the aura of him and the power of his words. Just looking and talking like a Dublin lad like me, but the way he delivered them was very impressive, with his North Dublin accent in that candid, cool, relaxed way. And I've taken a lot of inspiration from him to improve and to regain my oratory skills, which I always had as a kid, but which I lost later in my teenage years, when I became a little bit like he is now. And I think I became like that through alcohol abuse. I used to be quite fidgety and furtive and like mumbling and not delivering clear, neat sentences with good sexy eye contact, yeah? So when I saw McGregor speak like that, I was like, hang on, I can be like that too. He looks a little bit like me. He talks like the way I used to talk. And I need to get back to that. So he's been really inspirational in me taking up, being a bit of a showman on YouTube and Instagram, 2 YouTube channels now, and I honestly got to say, he's a big part of that to me, You see, I still don't speak perfectly. He's still a big part of that to me, yeah? That's not even a real sentence. But hey, no one's perfect, yeah? I do speak a couple of languages as well. Sometimes I mix up my languages now too. But yo, we got to get to McGregor's interview now, because honestly, man, it's mad to me and it saddens me to see that he barely gets a full sentence out anymore. And I'm going to bring up a few segments from the interview with Helwani to show that. Where before, he would have delivered a line like, I beat him with the flu. Like that. Boom! Eye contact. And a wink. And a little grin. I beat him with the flu. It took him 4 attempts to say that in this interview. And there were a good couple of examples of that where he's and just incoherent and far from the inspirational orator many of us fell in love with, So, look, this is not making fun of a man who's developing a stutter. Yeah, like, a good friend of mine growing up had a stutter, and I know how tough that must be, but McGregor never had a stutter this bad, and it's just quite incredible, really, to me. I can't think of a better adjective there. To see how this man who is still physically in such amazing shape is speaking like this now. And I feel it's because he's ridden with doubt, self-doubt, and a bit of self-loathing over the way he's acted over the last couple of years. And I think it bespeaks of nerves and edginess coming into this fight. I don't think he's confident. People are saying in the comments that it's back to the old McGregor. He looks better than he did in the last Helwani interview, but he still doesn't shine confidence to me by any stretch. He looks edgy and nervous to me, yeah. So look, we'll bring up a few of these examples to highlight and for me to fully explain what I'm getting at, yeah? Let's check them out. Okay, so straight off the bat, from the start of this clip, we see an example of what I'm talking about.
Well, I said I'd fight him, right? I mean, me and Donald have had a long history. Well, not a long history, but we've had a history.
All right. So,
it's an exciting bout.
First of all, look, I'm not trying to be like that YouTube psychologist, that guy who covers a lot of like serial killers and their body language, Derek Van Schaik, I think his name is. But I did find it interesting that he's rubbing his hand and fidgeting with his hand like that. I never saw him do that before. And then, why Cerrone? A very elongated pause there, wondering how to answer that question. And then is it 4 times he says history? We have a history, a long history. Well, not a long history, but we have a history. I mean, what's that about? Why not just say, because Donald and I, or me and Donald, have a history. It's a classic example there of this new edgy McGregor compared to the old McGregor who would have just, boom, delivered it clean.
It's an exciting bout. It's a fan-friendly bout. It's a fight that excites me, and it's a fight that I said I'd partake, and I appreciate it. I appreciate Donald, I have to say. You know, he's fought a lot of times, and since the last time I saw him at that Aldo press conference many years ago. He's gone on and fought so many times. He's also a family man, and with his grandmother and these things. I appreciate that, and I respect that, and I also respect the method he went about with the prop.
Yeah, so there. Not nitpicking too much. Yeah, I'm not trying to be too pedantic over how somebody must speak, but we're talking again about Conor McGregor, this inspirational speaker who made so many young Irish men stand up and take notice and improve their posture, improve the way they talk, improve their goals and the way that they look at the world. And there's a couple of little instances of stuttering there. Like I respect that the method he went about it, and again, these are haphazard sentences.
Forward to having a good bout, and I know you're not interested in that, and I know you say that wasn't the wrong way. But for me, in this part of in this time of my life, that is the right way to go about it, you know, and especially now. And I'm happy to come back and have my comeback fight in the beginning.
Okay, so that was the other one actually that
against Donald.
Really made me raise my eyebrow earlier when I watched it. And I know that's not what you look at, and that's, you're gonna say that's not the wrong way, and mixing up his words there, you know.
Right way to go about it, you know, and especially now. And I'm happy to come back and have my comeback fight in the beginning of my season against Donald, and I look forward to it. It's going to be a good night, and I'm going to shine here on January 18th. I'm going to create magic inside the octagon like I have done many times before, but this is going to be something special.
So the opponent and the weight was your decision ultimately, right? You could have made this at 155.
I'm underweight right now, so.
How much do you weigh on this Friday before the fight?
I'm underweight. I'd say 160 and a bit.
So yeah, there's the revelation that he's underweight.
I could have. I just don't think he looks.
A bit of a nervous stretch there. That's something I used to do a lot as well. You know, when people ask you questions you're not ready for, like in school, in secondary school, high school. Like, I don't know. You know, when you're trying to avoid the subject, you sort of just, yeah, what was that? Maybe I looked into that one too much. Just given my observations, again, based on a man who used to sit, alright, he'd be flexing in an interview, yeah, flexing like a mad thing, but not stretching his arms out nervously like that, yeah.
Make him.
I know, I could have. I just don't think he looks well at 155, right? He does not look well at 150. He's a 170 fighter.
So don't you want him to suffer on the way to the...
Why would I want someone to... I don't care. No, I could beat him if he fought. I'd beat him any bleeding. I'd beat him at any weight. I'd beat him when he bleeding. You know what I mean? I'd beat him if I had the flu. Right. So, like, I don't
That
care.
took 6 attempts to deliver a line
I just
that
want to focus on my training.
BT Sport and all these other outlets are trying to immortalise in a meme now. I beat him with the flu. No, that's not an epigram to hang your hat on and to put on an Instagram meme, because it took him 6 attempts to say it. I beat him. I beat him with the flu. I only did 4 there. I can't remember the other ones, but I mean, that is really hard to understand for me, that he's that edgy with his words now, that he stumbles over them so much and it takes him several attempts to say what he wants to say.
You know what I mean? I don't need that. I just want to focus on my training and keep me sharp. And, you know, I don't
couple of more little
build and it's not... You know, it's...
And humming in hand there again.
And also, 170 is an exciting one for me. I like 170. I like what's going on in the 170 division at the minute. You got Jorge with that belt. You got the other guys with fighting for the belt. And I like all what's going on at 170. And I feel good at 170. I feel energetic. It's what I weigh. It's what I weigh. And that's it. So it opens up so many more options, right?
So you're done at 155?
No, I'm not done at 155. No, hey, I could make 155 this fight, no problem. But I just want to go in fresh and as it is. Let the fight play as it is, and then open up all my options.
Okay. So that's it. It's just under 3 minutes, 2-minute 58 interview. And yeah, I've highlighted there the examples of McGregor's very nervy and sketchy verbal skills. His oratory just ain't anywhere near what it used to be. I've touched on why I think that may be a little bit in this video and also in previous videos. I think his general self-esteem and his self-worth, from he used to see himself as the absolute king of MMA, and his self-esteem was just sky high. He had sort of self-demigod status, hadn't he? And I think that the way his star has fallen is reflected in the way he now speaks. I believe he could get back, and I hope he can get back for his own sake, to speaking in that more confident way. Because as I say, he was an oratory inspiration to me to start speaking on video. I start joking on video and acting up and expressing myself more, you know. So yeah, there we go. They're the two big takeaways from this little segment of the Helwani interview. The fact that he's only weighing 160 pounds, 10 below the weigh-in. For the record, that'll be allowed. You're allowed to weigh in below, I think at least 10 below your weight, or maybe even, someone could point that out to me. But he was underweight, for example, in the first Diaz fight. He was like 168, just by a couple of pounds, and that was no issue. I can't see how he's going to gain weight in the week building up to it, so he's going to be considerably below the threshold, and to that effect, at least 20 pounds lighter than Cerrone in there. And when he was 20 pounds lighter than Nate Diaz, we saw what he had to do. He had to run away for a lot of the fight to save his energy, because the amount of energy he was expending on his punches, which were landing but not doing sufficient damage, were tiring him. He had not been used to that because he could spark guys out at featherweight with a couple of punches. So these problems could come to the fore again against Cerrone. And then the other interesting aspect of this interview was the way he was speaking. Again, not making fun of him. I'm just highlighting it, and I'm very curious about this and wondering why his verbal skills have deteriorated to this extent, yeah? So there you go, guys. Let me know what you think of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and keep liking and subscribing and watching.